Hey guys, welcome to this little outspoken quarantine Kiki. How is everybody doing? How are you guys?
Hey, I got my health, so I'm great.
You're blessed. You're blessed.
Yes, baby.
Well, like at this point, we've all sort of been quarantined for like 30 days. It's kind of like everybody hit the 30-day mark this week, right? You guys pretty much universally, I think. How are you guys holding up? I mean, we have been in communication with each other, but the world might not know what we have all been up to for the last 30 days. So how are you guys dealing with quarantine?
I've been on the apps like crazy, like just hooking up. Totally joking. Totally joking. But the people that are need to stop. No, I just been at home, stretching, working out, doing music.
Joining us from San Francisco today.
Yeah.
Edwin's in San Fran. So
Don't jump, girl.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been doing all right. You know, I'm still working part-time, very part-time. So I'm still doing like 2 days a week, like 10 hours. So that's kind of nice to kind of get a break from just being inside. You know, I get to interact with the humans because, you know, I work at a restaurant, so she's essential. So that's been all right. You know, luckily unemployment's coming through as well, partial unemployment, because as we all know, we took a pay cut. So honestly, I've just been doing that and just fucking really see, like, honestly, I've been still working out, trying to keep up with that because y'all know it's easy to just fall out. And yeah, just kind of, I've been meditating, so that's been nice. Just trying to center myself, really.
mind, body, soul.
Getting there.
Trying, yeah, no, I get it.
Cool.
That is weird because you're the only one working. Is it weird for you to be like going to work and stuff? Because I personally, the weeks leading up to the quarantine, I've been following Corona for a long time, for months, because I'm crazy like that.
Yeah.
And so before it happened, I was like paranoid. I wanted to leave work. I wanted to call out sick from work because I knew it was coming. Is it weird for you to like be going to work a few days?
No, not at all. The kind of weird thing is just like not having the restaurant open and having tables and just seeing the business how it used to be and just making such a big cut and for it to only be to go. That's weird. But, you know, we really can't do much except, you know, go to the grocery store, do essential things. So it's nice to be able to go to work and feel kind of normal and, like, get to be able to interact with, you know, people that come in and out and just, like, some of my coworkers as well. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't mind the break. You know, I'm only working a few hours a week, but it's definitely different. And I miss my coworkers.
Yeah. You're like 2 days a week, you said?
Yeah, only 2 days.
Like to-go orders and stuff?
Exactly. You guys don't know I bartend, so that's not a thing anymore. So now I'm just literally there by myself in the front of the house with a cook, and we're just fucking busting it together, solo dolo.
Did you guys get your stimulus checks yet?
Yes.
Yes, everyone?
Yes.
That's good. Your Trump check?
Yes, my Trump check. I needed that.
Oh, luckily I didn't get a check, and it was a direct deposit because I was waiting on a check for that little Trump stamp.
No, that's what I said. I was like, if I don't get a direct deposit, I am so petty. I am not going to cash something with his name on it. I would starve before I would cash something with his fucking name on it. I swear.
Well, about that direct deposit she'll take.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any say in that, so that just came through. I didn't have to look at anything.
Hey, girl, it helps so much. You know, the only thing I think we talked about before is like, I just feel bad, you know, speaking of restaurant people in the industry that are undocumented and they're not going to get that stimulus check. So, you know, we're talking with coworkers. I feel horrible about that because, you know, they pay taxes. They're just not going to be able to get the benefits of it.
Are you getting unemployment, Edwin, or how are you doing?
I am, and it's a mess, but it's finally getting on track. It's like really, really backed up, but I finally got papers yesterday that was like confirmation that I have it, and I should be getting it like within 2 weeks. I sent in like I mailed it and everything. They said if I mail this in, then they'll get it going. So.
And it's looking cute with that extra $600 a week. I'm not gonna lie. So you get your normal, like what you're gonna get. I think I'm only gonna get like $400 a week, right? But then for like the next 2 months, you get an extra $600 a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of these girls are actually, that's about where I would be if I was like on a busy season and bartending. But some of these girls, you know, they're actually getting more from this unemployment.
I was going to say, that sounds like it's actually better for some people. So
yeah, it is.
I've lucked out, so I have no complaints about my situation. Y'all know I don't love my retail job, but they are taking care of us because I work for a big company that's like a conglomerate. And it's like a French company, LVMH, Louis Vuitton. They're taking care of us pretty well. So I've complained about work a lot, but I can't complain. They're going to They're paying us our hourly and part of our commission, so I can't even get unemployment. So I'm very grateful. For the first time ever, I am grateful for my my crappy.
Also, you haven't got the unemployment. You don't need it.
No, I can't even. As of right now, I'm okay. At least till the end of the month. I might, depending on what happens going into May, I might have to do unemployment.
Right.
So, this isn't over. This is going to be going on for a long time, especially with all of the assholes. Y'all have obviously seen this week. All the people protesting in Florida and Texas. Of course, the
Minnesota,
state,
yeah.
our home state of Texas, a bunch of idiots. And Florida, which should just be wiped off the map, period. They're protesting a number. They want to go back to work so bad. They want to feed the corporate system. What do you guys think of all these dumb protests?
Let them. We should let the ones that really want to go, and y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna end up fucking yourselves over. I mean,
it's crazy.
It was in Texas.
Well, the same day that they opened the beaches, they had the highest amount of deaths in that day. The exact same day. They opened the beaches, and that day, I mean, obviously they didn't die from going to the beach that day, but it's just a coincidental, like.
If that's not a sign.
It's just crazy to me. Everything is becoming more and more obvious as far as, like, what's wrong with our country and the income inequality and the no middle class. And how the lower income people and a lot of people that are not as educated in these rural places and in these southern places mostly are Republicans and super Christian and all of this. These are the people that are suffering the most in theory, but they're also the ones that are fighting to go back to work, and they're the ones that are believing what the president and all of this is saying. So he's literally killing the people that believe in him. So I can't say that I'm mad about that. It's just very ironic that it's
less votes in November.
See that? No, but really though, are they not? They're not seeing that. That alone would make me think that the Republicans would want to keep their people reeled back a little bit, because they're going to get sick and they're going to die and they're going to start thinking like, well, hopefully. I mean, they haven't started thinking yet, so I don't know. But if anything, you'd think this would be a wake up call that they don't care about you at all. Why would any red-blooded American person just want to be going back to work so bad? Why do you think that is? Why are they fighting to go back to work and possibly get sick and die?
It's that idea of them not having their freedom to be able to do what they want,
Yeah, that's what people miss.
My guns?
That's what it is, though, yeah. That's what people are saying. I saw a car today that had writing on it, and it said, they're wanting you to wear a mask to take away your freedom of speech. They don't want you to be sick, you dumbasses. And what states is it surging in? Texas and Florida. Meanwhile, California, we're still not out of the woods yet, but we're starting to hit that curve and things are evening out a little bit here. And we're being able to like send a lot of our supplies elsewhere. Like things are still not great, but because we started so early, because we have a governor who's been on top of this really early and taking care of us, California is actually going to be a little bit better than anticipated. But all these other states, I don't know what's going to happen. And
Texas is going to like reopen next week. They're going to be the first state to reopen, like not just partial, but like a reopen. And I just think it's a bad call. They'll see.
That's the thing. Just because if Texas does it, that's going to affect everywhere else too. I mean,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything is connected. So that one person who's in town for work, who hangs out with a Texas person on accident, who hasn't been quarantined, and then back to California. So it's going to be a mess. I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm just living in my apartment and working on my stuff. So I'm in a good place personally, other than being scared for the future and the economy and our families and things. I'm good with the stay-at-home stuff. So
she was doing that before.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I've been training for this my whole introvert life. So it's good. This is what I've always wanted, is some time off so I can work on my projects and edit and film stuff and work on art. I just got a new iPad yesterday in the mail, and I got ordered like a shit ton of art supplies. I'm taking an art class starting on Monday.
Online?
Yeah, I'm taking two actually, but they're every other day. One is a drawing and one is a like graphic design. So
she would.
Hey, if I'm gonna be here, at least in California, we know we're gonna be May 15th. That's about another month. So I'm gonna take these classes. They're both a month-long class, so get me up on my skills. I think it's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. You really gotta keep busy with things obviously you love, but like I just feel like this is a great time to focus on your passion. We all have jobs that we don't necessarily want to work our whole lives, but we have to pay the bills. So it's like a much needed break that we all needed.
What do you guys think about all these we're still seeing it a month into quarantine, and we are still seeing people out and about, living their lives, hooking up, having dates, going on vacations. What do you think of all of these apps? A lot in our community, I must say, the gays especially just can't stay home. What do you guys think about this?
Well,
I don't know. I'm 75%. Originally I was like 100% upset. Now I'm 75% upset, 25% live your life / live your life. Hold on. Live your life / be smart / don't be scared. Because I do kind of get it. Like, you can't cut everything off. I don't know. There's two sides to it. There's some people that are like, I'm suffering from loneliness. I'm depressed. I'm da 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 da. And that stuff is very real. Even though I don't suffer from those things, there are people that do. So I get it. But at the same time, like, you have to be smart and respectful of other people and not congregate. So I don't know.
Right. Well, you think maybe things should be loosened up slightly? Like 1 or 2 friends to hang out with is okay.
I don't think things should be loosened up slightly. I understand people that are doing their own thing. Okay. I don't think they should, but I understand. I'm not someone who gets lonely. I can be by myself, but there's a lot of people who are like, I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that. So I'm like, girl, do what you have to do, I guess. If you really can't, if you're not that strong enough to be on your own, then do what you need to do.
Then go to the grocery store on a little walk, get your
walk
little
around the block,
go to the cashier, and let that be your little way of kind of.
That's what I think.
Yeah, of course.
Some of these people are really, I'm like, girl, it's not that bad, but to some people, it really is. So I'm like, okay.
People are losing it. So I told you guys, I was sort of talking to this guy in quarantine for the last month.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever. We're all in quarantine. We're talking to people, whatever. But so he was really hardcore trying to get me to hang out on Sunday. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, okay, maybe. But in my head, I knew I don't, feel right, but it was coming. And so then the day before, I was like, I really just don't feel comfortable. I'm sorry. I'm already a paranoid person and an anxious person, and I'm preaching about doing my part and saying, I just don't feel comfortable. And we made it a month. If it's good, we can still talk in another month, And he was so mad, and he's like, cut me off, and he's ghosting me. And I'm like, okay.
Sounds like my story.
But I'm like, why are you so mad? You should have to understand what's going on.
Yeah, right? That's weird.
But he was very mad, and I was very surprised because he seemed like such an open, honest person, and he was very understanding of it. And he was paranoid too, but I guess it was, I don't know. So we're done. So I had my first quarantine breakup, guys. So on to the next.
Fine. It's funny, that happened with me with that one cat from Vegas.
Yes.
Really? I told him it was at the right time. Got upset, ghosted me, but guess what? She came back. So he'll be back.
Well, maybe me and my lover are not done yet, but I mean, the rules of the world are kind of not applying in this situation. Like, there's a lot of things you can't take.
I haven't been hooking up. I haven't really been seeing, but I
have not been hooking up. I have not left these 4 walls, but talking, chatting.
Yeah, been chatting.
Well, my situation is a little different. I'm still living with Joe, so it's still like I have company all the time. So like, and luckily we've been really cool, so it's really easy. So I don't get like lonely, but as far as like the apps, Grindr and stuff, I do log on just to like conversate. I'm bored, but I won't like hook up. I actually like, even if someone tries to offer, I kind of like look at them a little like, bitch, you should. It's actually in my profile, like Edwin was saying when we talked. It's in my profile, like, bitch, I'm not looking right now. But as far as like, I had a friend whose birthday was 2 weeks ago, and we work at the same place, so we actually see each other during the swap in and out. So I actually surprised them. I was masked.
I saw that was really sweet. That was very sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. I actually scared them. I wasn't thinking. So like when I snuck
in with the mask, sneaking up on you.
I wasn't thinking. So I figured I had the mask and I had a hat and I had my glasses. So like when he turned the corner, he saw me. I was like, hey. He's like, I'm like, hey, it's happy birthday. And he was like, oh, it's me. It was a surprise. Then he got it. But we didn't like get close. I set the bag down. We had a drink. And then, I called my Ubi and left. But it was nice because, like, you want your friends to feel appreciated. Not saying you should risk fucking visiting, but if you can do it properly, like I said, this is someone I see throughout the week.
I can understand that. I can understand a walk around the block with a friend, but like,
yes,
we shouldn't be like having multiple people over, because then it's just one person. It's just such a I don't know. I know. It's just not that hard. Just sit at home.
It really is not that hard. People are
Like,
very dramatic. I think I'm a dramatic person, but I'm looking on Instagram. I'm like, y'all are really dramatic.
Look, I'm a dramatic person, we know, but people are losing their shit. I'm like, my biggest fear in the world is like a plague, and I'm super anxious, and I'm a hypochondriac, like all of these things, and I am processing this better than like the majority of people. The Christians who can't go to church, and the muscle gays who can't go to the gym. Like, take a fucking beat. You sit at home for a month or two. This is not that serious.
The muscle gays will be okay. Look it, just a little bit.
Right.
Exactly. Order your home gym, order some bands, whatever. Like, the level that people are losing their shit over this is, I don't know, man. I know, again, with the jokes and everything, but, and we've said this 100 times, but maybe sometimes the universe does need to, I wouldn't say weed out people, but put things into a spotlight and act accordingly.
Well,
like,
we talked about this before. Like you said, speaking of Mother Nature, she's clearing up. She's never looked better in a long time.
The earth itself has never been better. The economy and people might be a mess, but the skies are clear. You know, LA is coming out lately. Like, the smog is cleared up over all the major cities. Animals are returning to nature. I just saw this video of like lions laying all Africa in the roads because there's no people out. The dolphins are in, you know, Venice canals and stuff. Like, I just don't know how life can go back to normal after this. I don't think it's possible for things to go back to normal.
Unfortunately, I think there's some greedy people that are gonna make it go back to normal. It's terrible. But I was telling my friend, I feel like we see so many jobs are able to work from home now. Like, why are they gonna make everyone go back into the office after this is over? I feel like a lot of people with 9 to 5s should be able to protest and be like, hey, can I work from home 3 days out of the week? We see that it's possible. Why do I need to come in now?
That is an example. I mean, like I said, things are going to change. Businesses, things have to change on a tiny level and a bigger level because, like you said, so many people can work from home now. My mom's job is completely, for the most part, I think is doable at home. And she's been working at home. And she doesn't need to be going, you know, she's a 60-year-old woman now. She doesn't need to be going, even when this is over, traveling and can have this job. So why couldn't it just transition to that? You know?
I think that's what I'm saying. I think people are happier at home, and you can wake up whenever. You can still be yourself at home.
This is my ideal situation. I've always wanted to be able to just work at home and make art and make content. That's my ideal situation, and play with dogs, and that's my life. And I think there are people that are way more productive in that way. So maybe it will be a business model that translates into a lot of things going forward. A lot of companies, a lot of businesses will adopt it. But at the same time, there are also people whose jobs, they need to be there, and if they find ways for them to be replaced by machines or technology, it could also make a lot of people suffer too.
Yeah.
In theory, let's work at home, and that's great for a lot of us, but a lot of people could be out of work too if they're finding easier, more efficient, cheaper ways to do business through this time.
And that's one of my fears is like a lot of these companies are, like you're saying, are going to notice, well, actually, we actually don't need that position anymore. Or actually, we don't actually need that one either. So then, you know, these companies are working their way around the system and how to like be productive now that they might stick to their guns when we do open back up. I was even thinking as far as the restaurant industry, like my restaurant in particular, what if they go fast casual and it's not a like service? You know what I mean? Because it's easy to be like, okay, well, we've been working with one person up in the front of the house, so just keep it a couple of people there, no servers, you know. You literally can cut millions of jobs. I don't know, maybe that's me overthinking, but I know a lot of these companies are definitely going to come back, and some of these positions aren't going to be there.
Especially with how many businesses are going to be losing money during this whole thing, and how much this is going to tank the economy. When everything reopens again, companies are going to do their best to cut costs, and that means slice everything that they don't need, take away benefits. They're going to cut all non-essential, even though they probably are essential workers for their businesses. They're going to do what they can to trim the fat and save as much money as possible. So I do think of it that way too. People will be definitely hurting. There won't be jobs for certain people to go back to when this is all said and done. So that's kind of scary.
And as far as like the government getting assistance to some of these companies, I wonder like who's getting assistance? How much did they get? Because some of these mom and pop shops aren't going to be open anymore, but these big businesses and corporations who really don't need the help, buyout or this check, that's I don't know, $2 trillion. I would like to know where it all went.
It went to the stock market or to all the businesses, and then it all disappeared the next day when things plunged, because you can't just channel money into an economy that's not even open. I took economics in high school, and I would have enough foresight to know that if we send $5 trillion into an economy that's not open and people don't.
And didn't Trump fire the guy that was going to be handling the money?
He fires everyone useful because the useful people are the ones who call him on his shit. So he doesn't want any of those around. No doctors, no scientists.
It's sad. I'm just like, the government's not for you. You're working for the man, but then something like this happens and you're like, oh, damn, y'all really don't give a shit.
Bernie gave a shit. And now,
oh, please. Oh,
I know I don't want to get into it too much politics, but obviously also this month we had a devastating loss for me and Jeb. I know we're very progressive. We lost our boy Bernie. How are you guys feeling about the state of politics, knowing we're going to have to suck it up? And
dude, that was a bummer. And obviously, like, you kind of knew, but there was this hope that I had that was like, well, maybe this is the turning point.
I definitely want him to fight longer, especially with how Biden has been a no-show and this pandemic, and Bernie's been the only one to do anything. So it was like, why would you quit now? You have all this momentum, and at this point, who knows what could happen? Because Biden still isn't really appearing or doing much. But it was definitely kind of a blow to already a depressing month.
So, something like President Obama talking to Biden. He's like, I support you. I endorse you. And it's like, for what?
I know. Well,
this idea of like he's really just not there right now.
But it really is interesting that Obama, his president, didn't endorse him until every single person had, even if they're friends and he respects him, Obama knows he's not all capable right now.
Oh my God. If his fucking co-worker ain't endorsed him, the president, the one we all love.
The only reason people like him is because he worked for Obama, and Obama didn't say shit until yesterday. So, it's a mess. No, we're doomed. We're doomed. Fucking America, man. It's a lot.
But he got my vote.
So happy to vote Biden. I might just write Bernie in. I don't care.
Don't do it.
I live in California. He's going to overwhelmingly win. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be that person. You should, of course, vote everyone, no matter who. Did y'all see one of our favorite people, or at least one of my favorite people, Aaron Schock, the Republican gay?
Oh, yeah. What about him?
He has been vacationing all over internationally for the past few weeks, traveling with a group of white muscle gays. All rich white Republican gays. I'll put their picture down in the corner for you.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So the 5 or 6 of them, everybody, all the gays are coming for them. They're fucking on a beach vacationing. It's their 3rd beach house in this month. They're traveling all over and they're like, oh God, gay Republicans, of course.
Do you think there should be any kind of consequences, something like that?
Like in theory, I wish, we were finding all these dumbasses. Wherever you live locally, you should have to be following the ordinances of that place. So if you're not following wherever you're legally a resident, there should be fines. But at the end of the day, we have a lot bigger things to worry about than finding every dumbass. But the internet will remember, and we will remember. And I have a list of shame. All the people I know personally, all these celebrities, all these dumbasses who are showing their asses through this pandemic. I take notes, I take receipts, and I'm going to remember. And they're going to be shamed for all the time.
Wait, you're white, you're Caucasian, and you got a list? You okay?
My mom's name is Karen, okay, bitch? I didn't have a chance. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think it's easier, because we all kind of have different situations, of living in quarantine. I'm all alone. I've got my 4 walls. And, sometimes there are certain days where I'm like, whew, thank goodness. It's good. But there's also days where I'm, so lonely. I wish I had a human to interact with, to talk, to watch the show, to make food. How is it for Jeb? You live with your ex. So, you talked about it a little bit, but do you think that's benefiting you? Would you rather be alone? What do you think?
Oh my God, no. I know I would go crazy, and that's why I think it has been okay for me, because Joe is here. Even though he's my ex, we're still really good friends. He's my best friend. We've been really close, so there's not this weird vibe at all. Honestly, I'm really blessed that it worked out that way, because as y'all know, I was supposed to be getting my own place. But it being that, I'm almost 2 days a week, it just didn't work out that way, because obviously I would struggle. So I extended my stay here, and for the most part, it's super easy. Of course, there's days where I could use being by myself, but luckily, he works 2 days as well, so we do kind of get somewhat of a break. I would understand why people are online going crazy and talking about, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. But for me personally, it's not too bad. Because y'all know I was a homebody before. I go out at night, but for the most part, I'm a homebody. Yeah. So just going to work and being here. And because I have Joe to like talk to and go back and forth, and he's been doing like most of the cooking, it's been super easy. I think if it was literally anyone else, I think I would have a problem. I would need some kind. But because it's Joe, super easy, and there's like understanding, I think it's been more of a benefit than.
It works pretty good for you, yeah.
For sure.
What about you, Edwin? Because you have a roommate who has a guy, kind of.
Yeah, so when this first started, I'll be honest, I was house sitting in Glendale by myself, like house sitting the dog and the cat. Honestly, I prefer that.
Yeah.
Just because I can't be by myself. I'm not someone who gets lonely. Very, very rarely. And it was nice to have like a whole house to myself. Yeah, that also had a pool, even though it wasn't like warm enough to swim yet.
But it was a nice setup for you at first.
Yeah, it was a nice setup. But I'm grateful because, the other option is for me to be homeless. I do think about the people that are homeless right now. That really sucks.
But at least we light up buildings and honk at a certain time so they feel good, right?
Right.
Did you see like Vegas was lighting up all these buildings and all the... What the fuck? You're lighting up these empty buildings that homeless people could live in. But thank you for the lights. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. I didn't know about that.
Something else to bitch about. I do a lot of the bitching. And there are people that are in abusive relationships or people that are like going through divorces that are quarantined together. So I guess it could definitely be much worse. I would not want to be quarantined with my ex.
I feel like I should have did a series, Quarantine with My Ex. But I mean, honestly, I guess it'd be more on the bland side because this is like no drama. But
there's so many love stories being written right now. There's so many movies being written.
I started writing up like a screenplay.
Yes.
About quarantine. I mean, who didn't? Every creative person did some quarantine.
No, we did.
So we talked about this a little bit, but have you guys been doing any kind of dating while in quarantine?
I've been hanging out with this guy who I met off of Facebook dating. We've been like watching movies together and stuff. So yeah. And we talk like every day. We FaceTime every day and we watch movies together on Facebook.
That's cute. That's like love in the age of quarantine.
No, I haven't really been, I was talking to that one cat from our break when we went to Vegas for Valentine's, and once he got salty about me not wanting like him to visit me, while quarantine is going down. And he kind of ghosted me for a couple of days and then tried to come back. I was like, you know what? We could just be like friends.
Yeah.
So we went from like talking every day to like every few days, he'll hit me. I'm like, hey, how you doing? But as far as really right now, my line's kind of dry.
Well, I mean, it's hard for you to like send whole pics with your ex sitting next to you on the couch. So it's a little awkward.
I'd be like, what's up? Oh, I'm not. What's up, Joe? You mind?
Yeah. Could you take this picture for me, please? I need.
So I'm not gonna lie. That definitely, like, mind you, if I did have someone, like, it would be a little weird. You're right. But given the circumstances, the universe has not sent someone my way. And honestly, I'm not even looking for that. As y'all know, like, once someone gets too invested in me, like trying to text on the reg, I'm like, oh God, this is what I was trying not to get into. Being recently single, I'm just like, not looking for that. So honestly, like, I don't mind the slow break, and I did gain the quarantine 15 and I'm trying to lose it. So
I know
this is me time. I almost feel bad for being in such, like, I won't say a great state, but like for being like this optimistic, like, for the most part, honestly, it's been 90% like good days for me. And I think it's because like I do feel like I'm getting a break that I wouldn't have taken if this didn't happen. It literally took this for me to be like, all right, bitch, slow down, take a break, and focus on some of your passions.
It's just a reality of it. A lot of us, not a lot of us, but some of us will never reach the age of retirement, either because we'll die before then, or maybe like we'll have to be so old in order for us to retire. So this is our retirement, like how we're getting these checks. We get to do whatever we want with our day. I'm like, be grateful for this moment because you may not get another one.
So we've made it for 1 month now, and as Californians, we know we have like 1 month going forward. What do you guys have planned for the next 30 days of quarantine? You guys have any goals? Anything you guys want to accomplish?
Just my splits, still. I keep
working on your. That's it. 2 months in quarantine, and he comes out flexible. It's a goal. Hey.
There's actually a few things. So as y'all know, like, I'm doing this. I'm back to working out, so I really want. There's a fitness and diet goals I really want to meet. After 420, I do plan on stop smoking weed dramatically, at least like where I'm not smoking like every day. Another 1 month goal is like I'm working on a script that I finally was like, bitch, it's time. Just about a couple of my experiences And then I would really like to do like a 5 to 10 minute set for Instagram and Facebook, just like for my living room, like weekend update type thing. Just like finally, because I did it once a few years ago. And I just think it would be nice to kind of start that now, and that way I would be kind of set to do open mics and stand up once this is all done. I just think it'd be a good way to work on my crafts, and then just work. I know it sounds so funny and so like 2020. Work on my TikTok and Instagram and try to get really that passion going as far as like making comedy videos. And I just think this is I needed a couple of weeks to like rest, but now that I'm in this creative space, use that and get that going, because I don't want to just this to be done and have nothing came out of this bitch. But so stay tuned. I'm really excited about that. That was a lot.
That's great. That's good. I don't want to shame people either. Like, you have to be positive and you have to accomplish this and you have to come out with this skill, because at the end of the day, this whole situation is a trauma, a collective world trauma, and there are so many levels to this and psychological levels to this. So I don't want anybody to feel, any viewers or anybody else to feel like they have to feel pressured into accomplishing something or doing something. But I know for us personally, the three of us who are creative and who one of our biggest complaints is that we don't have like the time to really make the content. Now we have this time. So I think it's important for us, or at least I know personally for me, to really get stuff done and make things happen. So I'm glad that we're all sort of on the same page as that.
What about you, Josh? What are your goals?
Same old. You know, like I've been talking about doing an art show for the longest time, and I have like 20 pieces that are started. So I'm really trying to finish all of those. I am taking those digital art classes this week. So I'm going to utilize that and start putting out like my own little comic strips and, you know, all these things that I've like had planned out and storyboarded and written down. I've been going through like so many old notebooks of ideas and projects and just making them into fruition now as much as I can. Yeah, I'm on a good one. Like I said, last week was a bad motivation week, but it's a new week. I'm feeling renewed. I got my new toys in the mail, and I'm excited for the next month. I want another one personally. I mean, I don't want people dying or anything, but I want another month off personally. I could do this all day, but
I'm not gonna lie.
I know we got the extension to the 15th, but I actually think it's gonna be more.
I think so too.
I am grateful, like we said earlier, I'm grateful that our governor seems to be taking it seriously, and he started taking it seriously a lot sooner than a lot of other places. And overall, a lot of people in California have been sticking to, at least more so than other places, and the curve is starting to flatten. We're still not there. We still have a day that's up and a day that's down, but I'm grateful that our state seems to be taking pretty good precautions with everything. So
you're gonna go out if I invite you out when this is all done?
Oh, I actually will go out all the time now. I know I'm an introvert and I'm saying I can deal with all of this well, but I have never wanted to go out so bad. Like, drink and dance and flirt and talk to people. I will talk to anybody. Yeah, I don't care who you are. When I finally can go out, we're going to have a conversation. Whoever's next to me, I don't care. So yes, I need a little human interaction. I need a little social activity. I think we all do.
I was telling Joe, with all this money that from unemployment, everybody, as soon as the club's going to open, everyone's going to want a table.
Well, where's the first place you guys want to go? What's your first plan for out of release?
I want to go dancing. I want to go salsa dancing.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love a dinner, drinks, and then just finish the night with a couple hours of dancing.
Yeah, that sounds good. Totally.
What about you, Josh?
I know the same. I really would like to have like a dinner. You could all sit and talk and catch up with people you haven't seen and just commiserate, and then go dance the night away and kind of break back into.
Can we just make that like be a thing? That's what we're gonna do, and we'll grab that.
The first night that we are free. Let's do it, guys. Let's have a dinner and go dance.
Okay.
I do want to go to the beach. Dance, and we'll get a few people. Yeah, I really want to go to the beach too. Look how pale I am. I'm fucking opaque, y'all.
You need some sun.
I try to like position myself in the window when the sun is hitting, right? It doesn't work. And I don't have anywhere like in my apartment. Like some apartments have like a courtyard or like I don't have any of that in my building. So I
thank God for that rooftop that we have. Like, it feels so good.
I'm so jealous of your rooftop.
You know, you've been up there.
Yeah, I'm jealous of your rooftop. I miss my old rooftop actually. But well, guys, it's good catching up. 30 days, at least 30 days more. We'll try to do this weekly. You guys want to do a quarantine update every week on top of our own projects. Let's try to touch base, guys, with each other and with our audience.
Indeed, we have to.
All right, guys. Well, good to see you. Thank you guys for watching. How are you guys doing? Let us know in the comments. How are you guys surviving quarantine? How did you guys survive the first 30 days? And what do you guys have planned for the next month or so? Let us know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Until next time, guys. Thank you.